Welcome back to Houston Life. The night of Hurricane Harvey was tough, but for Carl Roaches Jr. and his friends, it was the night that they decided to turn their passion for craft beer into an actual profession.
Okay, you're going to love this story. For the Culture Brewing was then born. It is the city's only Black-owned brewery. They aim for inclusion in the beer community. This weekend, they are celebrating 713 Day with the launch of their brand new Blacker the Berry Lager with Atlanta-based craft beer lifestyle brand Draft Season. Carl is joining us now with more on this epic collab. Welcome to Houston Life.
Welcome.
It's so cool meeting you and chatting. We were chatting during the break, and you're from the North Houston area. You went to undergrad at UT Austin. You went to law school at Howard back east, and now you're back here. You've been practicing law for most of your career, but I think it's great that during the pandemic, the silver lining was this idea that you made a reality.
We had the fantastic opportunity to do something that for us was turn our passion, or our hobby rather, into more of a passion.
And a business.
Okay,
And a business.
so you're sitting around with your crew, and are you drinking beers? Are you having beers? How did the discussion of beer come up and saying, hey, we should actually go do this on our own?
We realized that we could make our own beer, and for us, a lot of the bigger beer brands weren't necessarily made, in our opinion, as far as, taste and drinkability. It's more so like, hey, I'm at the ballpark, I'm held hostage, I'm going to pay my $15 for this beer. In our case, we wanted to do something that would encourage people to enjoy it across, many different cultures, many different shapes and sizes. And as we were brewing it, we came up with the idea to start crafting our own beer ourselves.
Okay. What are we watching on video? Is this a homemade? Where is this in the lab? Where is this?
This is at our location at Craft Culture X, because we are two breweries under one roof. There's Black and Brown owned for the Culture, as well as the woman owned Ovenic. Yes, we are majority Black owned, but we do joke that we're Mexican powered. Miguel couldn't be here today, but he's one of the four owners, and that was him right there, and he is the one.
If I turn my head sideways, I can
oh,
almost
there
see it. Sorry about that, Carl.
No worries. But he is the one who is, helping. We help him, brew the beer, because he really found a love and a passion, even above and beyond what we did. And he was like, I want to make all the beer. And so he makes, we help.
Okay.
In that regard, and we let that be his passion, because that's something that he really enjoys, kind of his happy place. And so even though we all do really like making beer, it allows us to also focus on some, the business, administrative, the marketing.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Of course.
I mean, and I'm sure a lot of us in the Houston area, we know people, craft beer is such a thing here. A lot of people know people who are making beer in their closet. Or
at home.
in a cool, dark place at home. What I think is interesting is, in addition to just making a great tasting craft beer, you really wanted to reach a demographic that you felt had long been ignored by the craft beer industry.
Because it was very important for us, first and foremost, we love everybody, we want everybody, but from a marketing standpoint, beer for the most part was only marketed to certain demographics. And we feel that people of color, women, were sort of missed in that demographic, and things weren't necessarily being crafted that might pique their interest, pique their palates. And so we wanted to focus on trying to make some brews that allow people to say, like, hey, well, I may not like this particular style of beer. I may not be an IPA person, I may not be a lager or a Pilsner person, but if you make something that, hey, this Hefeweizen, or hey, this blueberry rice lager, like we crafted for 713 Day, there might be something there for you to say, like, well, maybe I have a second opinion on beer. Maybe it's something that I should try.
Yeah, well, we're all about people in spaces that are kind of showing our viewers that this is for everyone. There's there's just always room for more people at the table. So let's talk about the Blacker the Berry, the name. Let's talk about what it is, and if you don't mind, let's try something.
I'd love to try something.
I would love nothing more. What we did, we have a rice lager that we call Rice Baby, that is one of our best sellers at the brewery. And we had the idea to, for simplicity's sake, to put a playful summer spin on our beer that would be something light, even more refreshing, and put a little fruit to it. And so we took and conditioned this, and conditioned this on blueberries. And for 713 Day, we plan to have a little party at the brewery for those that can make it, because we do understand the circumstances with Hurricane Beryl.
Yeah.
But for those that can make it, we have a wonderful deal where our friends with Draft Season, we did a collaboration with them. And so for $25, you can get a can as well as a piece of their merchandise.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can get 2 cans and 2 pieces of merchandise for $50. And then after that, once that's all done, then we'll have a little bit of this left on tap.
Look at that color, too.
It is gorgeous.
It came out beautiful, much better than we even anticipated.
And we have the info on the screen. So this is 713 Day at 7201 Wind Park Drive in Houston. This all starts at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Is there air conditioning at the brewery by chance?
We don't have air
It's an
conditioning,
outdoor space.
but we have tons, and I mean tons of fans. We keep the air circulating.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We'll have a DJ out, we'll have food out, and we have plenty of space outside as well. We look forward to everybody coming and having a good time.
And a nice change of pace, too, because, ooh, that is good.
That is super refreshing. That's really nice.
That's exactly what we were
Nice
going
change
for.
of pace for anyone who's been dealing with cleanup this week, which I know is our entire city. You know, I expected it to taste fruity, and it doesn't.
With a color like
It's
this,
a
I was
hint.
thinking it was going to be a sour, but it's actually a really nice drinkable beer. And you're right, it's a very subtle.
That's what we were going for.
It is fruit, but it's subtle.
We didn't want to overwhelm the senses to the point. We like beer that tastes like beer. And so we want to make sure that the beer can still shine because we're trying to cultivate, we want to excite, entice, and educate people about craft beer. So we want people to understand that, this is also a libation that you might choose, in addition to your wines or bourbons. But we feel that this is the most social libation. This is the one that you can have with your crawfish, you can have with barbecues, you can have at parties, the whole gamut. And not necessarily when you want to put on your nice derby hats and I'll sip my nice wine or my nice port.
Yeah.
Oh, I
just
would
show
sip
it off
this.
in the glass.
work.
Yeah, for sure.
Even in a derby
you did your
hat, I would
thing.
sip
You
this.
did your thing on this.
Like a hint of blueberry. Carl
nice.
Roaches Jr., thanks so much, and congrats
Thank you,
on
guys.
everything.
Derek Tessa, sincerely appreciate it. Thank you, Houston Life.
Yeah,
Cheers to
congrats
you.
on the business. We hope it blows up, and we're excited. We're very excited for you. By the way, we have provided a link where you can purchase tickets to the event, which again includes beer and that special merch. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv. It's good stuff. I've had a lot of beer. I've never had anything quite like this.
Oh,
I love it.
you're getting on the craft beer circuit, Derek. I can tell.